Well, hello everybody. My name's Herman. I've been with RunSignup for 6 years, 5, 6 years. I'm a senior account manager here, and today I'm going to be taking you through setting up your website and some of the key features that you're able to use. So, our agenda, what we're just going to cover is why your website matters, basic website branding, custom content, professional cover pages, and then I'm going to try to end a little early so we're able to answer some questions if you guys have any, or if you maybe wanted to catch some of the other sessions. But we'll see how much we can get through. So, why your website matters simply, it is your online presence. It is how most of the world is going to interact with your event. It gives them a nice place to find information, simple stuff, location, dates, times, events you offer. So in here are 8 reasons for a race website. It's your brand first. It's a professional look. You're able to engage supporters. Tracking is going to allow you to get an idea of where your participants are coming from, your page visitors coming from. It's an all-in-one site, can host registrations, donations, store, anything like that. You're able to personalize it with your own domain. So if you don't want the runsignup.com/race, you can go ahead and make something maybe like vancouvertrailrun.com. Automatic updates. As you know, if most of you are sign up users, we are constantly making updates to the site to make it perform better and provide better features for those who are going to be visiting your page. And it is optimized so when you're doing Google searches and whatnot, it stays consistent year over year, which is going to bring your race up to the top more often than not when somebody's just doing generic searches in the area for events. And most importantly, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to set up or use the RunSignup GiveSignup website. So that's even more reason to take advantage of this cool feature. So basic branding, creating a theme and bringing your own domain over. So some of the main things that you're able to do to make the web page more customizable and suit your brand, you're able to add a race logo. That's going to be at the top left of all of the pages. Basically what we recommend is a square image. 400 by 400 is good dimensions, 500 by 500, 600 by 600. But what that's just going to do is give you a nice proportionate image for when people come to visit your page. And then we have something a little bigger for your race page. It's going to be a race banner. So this is going to just stretch across the top of your race page. And it can be any image you want. It can be something generic like this, or you can customize it to have split images. So if you want to combine 2-3 images to make one banner, you're able to do that. I get this question asked a lot. Does the website have to be the RunSignup colors? No, it does not. We have a fully customizable color scheme that you're able to do. You can change backgrounds, fonts, button colors, anything like that. And it's easy to get your colors. So you're able to create a custom color scheme. So when you're clicking and select a color, there's a cool feature, it's a little droplet. So you can go to your website and you can click the exact color that you want to bring over to RunSignup. This makes it a little easier if you're not familiar with color codes and things like that and how to get the specific color that you want. And bring your own domain. So VancouverTrailRun.com, it's a fake page that was created, but that URL directs directly to a RunSignup website, which we will show you later on in the presentation. So a lot of people think it's really hard to get a domain and have it transfer over, but it's broken down into 3 simple steps on RunSignup. What you would just need to do is take the records that we provide and add them into your DNS records for who hosts your domain, whether it's GoDaddy or Google. So what you would just do is put your domain in, as you can see, just Vancouver Trail Run. Then the first thing it's going to do is give you 2 text records. What you just need to do is take these records and add them exactly how you see them here into your DNS records. Then once that process goes through, It could take up to 72 hours to verify. So be patient with it. If the verification does not work, it's just going to fail. But that's not an issue. You could just start over. It's not going to cause you any issues. So then once your text records are verified, you'll see the screen is going to change, and it's just basically going to verify that you own the domain. Then it's going to give you your A record and your C name. So these will just be added just like the text records were. And then the same process, once they're in there and verified, it'll go to the next screen, which is basically going to be, it is showing you that it's complete. So then once it's complete, now when you go to VancouverTrailRun.com, it takes you directly to your RunSignup race page, and you're not going to see the RunSignup.com. You're going to get your domain. So it's easier to promote your brand, and it makes it a little easier to share instead of having a long runsignup.com/race/event URL. So once you have your color scheme set up, your logos added, and your domain pointed over, you're going to want to add some information to your website. So then we have custom content that you're able to add. So with the custom content, you're able to add things like FAQ pages, course maps, parking directions, any gear that you might be offering, t-shirts, things like that. So you're able to customize your website, add a lot more information, just so people aren't guessing what you might be offering. You can basically show them on your front-facing website. So with the custom sections, it's pretty simple to add. What you would just need to do is name the section. You can add an URL if you want, but it's not required. But if you do, you can have that URL direct to any other page, and they would just click on the section heading, and it's going to just take them to that URL. There are customizable options, so you can hide certain information from the general public, so it would only be for the participants. So let's say if you have packet pickup information or parking information that you just don't want the general public to see, and you only want those who've registered for your event to see, there's a checkbox for that. And then you're able to add content, which is just the rich text editor. So you can add images, any type of text. You can change the font. We do have a few options for you. It's not going to be a full like Microsoft Word font list that you'd select from, but you're still able to bold, italics, underline, create bullet lists, things of that nature. All right. And then something else that you're able to do with the custom sections, you're able to add an image, or you can add a PDF. The image will show naturally, but the PDF is going to have to be clicked on. You can select how you want that attachment to display in your custom section. And last thing that you're able to do is embed in video or widget, which I think is a pretty cool feature. So like, let's say if you have a race video from YouTube or Ustream, or if you have a playlist that you want to share, you're able to add that in. And then this way page visitors can view it right on your website page. They're not going to have to go to YouTube or Ustream or somewhere else to view that video. It'll just be right there on your race page. So a recent feature to liven up the website is cover pages. So cover pages are going to be an overlaying page for your race page. It kind of does the same thing, but it's just a lot more professional and it gives you a cleaner look. So if you just click on, I'm going to take you on over to the Vancouver Trail Run page just to kind of see what it looks like. So as you see, as the page loads up, you have your custom color scheme. You have the banner across the top, and this is a cover page. So if you're not seeing it on your regular website, it's just because of that. So you have your scrolling slideshow at the top, customizable buttons, and all of these things are able to be added. I'm going to go ahead and go through later on in the presentation, just show you how to add some of these sections on here with setting up a cover page, because it is fairly simple to do. So with the header banner, that was going to be the scrolling slideshow that you saw at the top. So you're able to add a few different sections on that if you do want to have different images. So as you can see, you would just click the plus button. You would select that you want a content, and then you can name it and customize it as you feel. and you can swap them, move around. So if you do add one, you don't have to delete it and add another one if you do mess up the order in any way. So with the cover page content, those were going to be the sections that were a little lower on the page under the race banner. So we have a few different options. You can add a full width 2 column. You can add a countdown clock. The custom actions, those were some of the buttons that you're able to create. So you can add different links, maybe registration, donation, or you can add custom URLs if you want to direct somewhere else to more information. You're able to add videos the same way that you're able to add on the custom section. You can have your data, price increases, and virtual race challenge. And we're going to cover those in the coming slides. So with the custom actions, you're able to add up to 3 custom action buttons. It can be your race info, your results, your donate, your volunteer, your registration, or a custom URL. What this does, it just makes it a little easier for participants and page visitors to find information that they're looking for. Because without a cover page, you will have a menu bar across the top, but that font is kind of small. So if you might have some page visitors that may be having hard time seeing things like that, you're able to add custom action buttons. This will give it a little bit more pop, make it easier to find because you're just naturally scrolling down the page and you'll see them. So with the data section, I like these a lot because it gives you a few different options of what you can do. One, you're able to add your social media sharing buttons. You can direct people to your different social media pages, or you can have them click on it and then they're able to share with their friends and followers on social media. So one thing with the event tile, sorry, not the event tiles. One thing with the cover page, when you enable it, it's going to hide your event tiles that are normally on the race page. So with the data, you can add those event tiles back in. So this way, page visitors can see the events you offer, the price, the time that it starts, without having to clicking on a bunch of links and trying to find where it might be. You can add your sponsors in. You can have your top fundraisers. And then if you are doing a virtual or a challenge event, you're able to add in a distance tally. Basically, you can set your goal and it'll let everybody know how close all of the participants participating in your race are to the total goal. So if you want to set a goal of maybe you want to have 10,000 miles done by all of the runners, you can set that and it'll just be on your main page. It'll be easy for page visitors to see. It's like, oh, they're only 2,000 miles away. I'll register and help them get to that goal. And then you have a donation goal thermometer. So you can also display how close you are to your donation goal. And this would encourage people and page visitors to take a look and just see, okay, let me help them out. They're not that far away. As opposed if you didn't have it, nobody's going to know what your goal is, where you're going, if people are even participating in your event. But this makes it easy and a fun way for people to see that. Okay, so this is just what the virtual challenge tally looks like. So as you can see, this goal is set up to 1,000 miles. And so far there have been 218 miles completed by the participants. It even lets you know that, hey, there's 282 miles to go. And also it adds a submit results button just to make it easy. If some of your participants don't know that they can go through their profile or go through the results tab to enter their results, you could just add a submit results button for them and they could just click on it and go to it. All right, so clean up a little. I just want to know if you have any questions. James was handling questions in the chat. Is there anybody else that has any outstanding questions, James or Johanna?
No, the only one we had was on a sponsors display in the data content section for cover pages, but I believe we talked about that on one of your slides. So far, that's the only one.
Okay. Well, I do want to thank you all for coming to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. There are a few minutes left for the other presentation. If you guys just wanted to hop over and check any of those out. Thank you.